We know the world needs Russia's oil and gas, at least for the moment. And so the question is how to take advantage of that oil without leading it to windfall profits for Russia. The goal is to penalize them for their invasion of Ukraine, while at the same time taking advantage of the oil they have that Europe currently needs. We have a sellers cartel called OPEC, and the question is, can there be a buyers cartel that would perhaps provide some offsetting power? And the idea here is, since this is a little bit scary to OPEC, that this is really only targeted against Russia, not targeted against anybody else. And now the big question is, what price would this cartel offer, and can it possibly work? It's a hard problem because the trick is, if you make the price too low, then when Russian Deputy Minister Novak says, "Niet, I'm not selling oil," it's easy for them to say that because they're not making any money. And so we need the price to be high enough so they still want to sell their oil, but not so high that they are raking in huge amounts of profits that can then be used to fund the war in Ukraine. And that's why I call this a Goldilocks problem. I teach negotiation, and this is a negotiation problem, if you like, between buyers and sellers. And my first view when I heard this is, it isn't going to work, that there's no chance that Russia will go along with it. And we can do as much of a cartel as we'd like, but if the other side says no, and then we cave, it's not going to happen. And so the question is, how can we improve our negotiating power? And one of the things that, as I studied a little bit more, I came to realize is that we might have some power if you don't push too hard. There are obviously people who want to punish Russia and cut them off. On the other hand, if you try and do that too much, and you try and make the price too low, either it won't work because Russia will say no, and it's easy for them to say no. We have to make it hard for them to say no.